New reports from ESPN senior NBA insider Charania on the Jonathan Kuminga saga have come out as we are just 1 week away from the qualifying offer deadline. The Warriors are hosting a little bit of a mini camp right now. One guy's not there. We'll talk about all the reports that Shams had and a couple other Warriors insiders had some things to say in just a moment. First, though, Warriors basketball is right around the corner, folks. If you're excited for Dubs basketball to be back, make it known for me. Hit that thumbs up icon, like today's video. The most likes we've gotten on a video this month, 356. I know there are at least 357 diehard Warriors fans that are fired up for basketball to be back. Show me, like the video. All right, as we know, we reported on the show yesterday, Jimmy Butler is hosting a mini camp in San Diego, and there was some speculation actually as to whether or not it would actually go down, and they would hold this mini camp actually because of the Fred VanVleet injury and all that stuff. A little scary right before training camp to be getting some non-regulated work done, but they are getting that work done in San Diego with all but one Warrior. And if you could guess on that who that is, yeah, we talk about him quite often on the show. Shams saying the following. So Jimmy Butler is actually holding a team function, a team minicamp in San Diego this week. This is the first full year of Stephen Curry, Draymond, Jimmy Butler all together. One player that is not there, the only player on the potential Warriors roster that isn't there, is the restricted free agent Jonathan Kuminga. My understanding is that he is not appearing at this team function, this camaraderie minicamp in San Diego. This is still at a stalemate. And Jonathan Kuminga did not appear at the first kind of team-related event the Warriors players had today. If you want to know where Jonathan Kuminga is right now, he's in Cleveland, Ohio. About as far as you could be away from San Diego, California. Look, it makes sense. I get it. It does make sense that Kuminga is not at this team meeting or team minicamp, whatever you want to call it. He remains unsigned. But then at the same time, like a couple other guys who remain unsigned are there. I presume there is definitely not conflicting reports, but the details are murky as to whether or not the Al Horford, Anthony Melton, Seth Curry, and GP2 contingency are all in attendance. I actually have a feeling that they are, and Kuminga is the only one that will be a part of this Warriors roster this upcoming year that's not hanging out at Jimmy Butler's house in San Diego. So it makes total sense that he's not there. But at the same time, we've known about this. And maybe the public hasn't, but at least the players have. It was reported via Shams, via a couple other people who were tapped into the situation, that these dates have been known. This has been a widely accepted thing on the calendar that Jimmy Butler is going to be hosting this little mini camp to get everybody acclimated together before the real training camp gets underway. So Kuminga's known about this, and he's really just made no effort to get across the finish line here as we are 1 week away from the qualifying offer deadline. Already starting out off on an awkward foot. We're already starting the season off on an awkward foot with Jonathan Kuminga. I mean, we all saw this coming, right? Like, it was inevitable that there was going to be drama this upcoming Warriors season for however long that Kuminga remains on the roster. Didn't realize that would already start before the guy even had signed the contract. Of course, there had been the great cloud of the whole drama surrounding the free agency debacle between the two sides, Kuminga and Golden State's front office, but I didn't think that the basketball would be affected in September. Nope. Yep. That's where we're at right now. The basketball, the team chemistry, the camaraderie has all been affected now because Kuminga can't get over the finish line. Shams also did say this. He spoke to Aaron Turner, who hasn't these days, Kuminga's agent today, and he told me the player option still remains critical in these conversations. Yeah, sure. Warriors have not budged. Team options are available in the two offers that they have out there right now. Seems like it's going to be a take it or leave it situation. Honestly, guys, as we get closer to the October 1st deadline, I feel less and less scared of the qualifying offer. I feel more and more like it's a bluff from the Kuminga side. Couple of things. If they were going to take the qualifying offer, why haven't they yet? But if it was this massive leverage tool and the number one goal for Jonathan Kuminga is choosing his next destination, then why haven't you accepted it already? If it was this glamorous option that you were prepared to take, why haven't you taken it at this point? Probably because you want to not make $8 million when there's $25 million smacking you in the face. An important note for Warriors fans. Qualifying offer deadline can be extended. They can drag this out even longer. I don't anticipate either side wanting to do that, but it is a possibility. If Jonathan Kuminga doesn't have a contract by the Warriors' first preseason game, that's an absolute disaster. More like I say that, but as if this whole situation hasn't been a disaster. everybody should be fired. Joey Lacob should be forced to sell the team. Like, we're letting Jonathan Kuminga basically run the franchise. Tim Kawakami said this about the whole situation. The only significant rule development from October 2nd on, this being the case that we go past the qualifying offer deadline with no deal in place, with no deal at all. He says, the only significant rules development from October 2nd on is that barring an agreement to push back the deadline, the Warriors would retain Kuminga's restricted free agent rights, but wouldn't be committed to the $7.9 million. They could offer him less or nothing and retain his restricted free agent rights. They could also continue to offer him the same or more. It'd be their choice from then on. Now, do I think that they are going to go out there and offer him less than $7.9 million? No, it's already super low, but they could. We go from Jonathan Kuminga telling the public that he has all the leverage. By the way, the more you go out there and tell people that your guy has the leverage, Aaron Turner, the less people believe that you have the leverage. So that could all be expunged, by the way. Any thought of that can be thrown out the window if it gets past October 2nd and there's still no deal in place, because then Golden State literally has every piece of leverage. So I don't anticipate it getting past that date. I don't really anticipate them extending the date either. I still think a deal is going to get done before next Wednesday, but what that deal will be, we still do not know. And how insane is all that? Tim Kawakami also said this on Twitter. People I talk to around the league are stunned there's been this much attention on a backup player who doesn't have a lot of leverage. I've been stunned too. But he gives Kuminga and Aaron Turner full credit for making it happen. It's been a really, really quiet offseason. Jonathan Kuminga has been the number one story, and he's been running the Golden State Warriors, who, by the way, I don't know if you guys know this, they have Stephen Curry on the roster. Warriors World said this, it's an amazing situation. The only one who legit wants him back is the owner. Everyone else is like, whatever. Yeah, that's what I've been saying all summer long. So I just wanted to show you guys a couple of tweets, give you some perspectives that are not mine, because a lot of people share the same sentiment as me. A lot of people were in my comments section way back when saying we got to invest in Kuminga. I'm taking my victory laps right now. I am. Just a little bit. Not too much, just a little bit, because we're not across the finish line just yet. Next, we're going to talk about Jimmy Butler, who the ringleader of this whole organization of players in San Diego. How did he prepare for not only that minicamp session, but the rest of his upcoming season? We'll tell you just in 1 second. But first, I got to tell you guys about these awesome hats at chatsports.com/Warriors hats. This khaki one is dope. This city skyline one is dope with the ocean and the skyline and the bridge in the background. I got this one. Just want to go plain logo with the cream top, the blue brim. That's in style right now. And so is this throwback one as well. I love all these hats. They're all this link right here, chatsports.com/Warriors hats. Way more of a selection than this as well. Gift giving season is almost here, so get a gift for somebody today. Chatsports.com/Warriors hats. That link's in the comment section and description of today's video. What is this? Oh, it's Padel? I don't want to pronounce it wrong. I'm not going to lie. But Jimmy Butler spent his entire summer in Spain playing. If it's in Spain, I would presume it's called Padel. That's what he went out and did. A little like squash tennis crossover here. It looks like a doubles game. I don't know if it can be played singles because there are 4 quadrants. I don't know how heck of a lot of the game. How about Jimmy Butler tells you a lot about the game here, as he thinks it can get him better at the game of basketball here even far in his NBA career. I get to be better on the basketball court because of this. I mean it. Now hear me out. I like to play so many different sports to train for whatever upcoming season. This is just another one. So I would like to say that my biggest investment is I kind of get to get better at basketball throughout this entire thing for myself. Hand-eye coordination, reflexes, being able to pivot when a ball comes off the wall, all the movement, all the conditioning you do. Seeing these guys work up a sweat, it's super incredible. I don't know if I have it in me to do it that many straight sets. I won't lie to you, but I think but it looks exhausting, and it could definitely help on a basketball floor. I promise you. Sick. I hope it did help. Hopefully, there were no aches or pains while we did any of this. But you just got to let Jimmy be Jimmy. In the offseason, you just got to go let him do what he's got to do. He's an eclectic guy, and if he wants to go abroad, play a tropical sport, and he thinks it's going to make him better, I'm all for it. I'm all for Jimmy Butler believing that he is reaching another level out there on the basketball court. I'm so excited to see them play again. It doesn't seem like he did. I mean, there's been no reports of this, but definitely risked injury by playing a lot of padel or paddle over in Spain here. I'm going to look like the biggest idiot if I'm pronouncing it with like an accent, and it's not padel. But more from Butler here on the strain that he put on his body overseas. Yeah, of course, I'm not going super hard, so good news there. I don't know the ins and outs of the game like these pros that I get the opportunity to be around. Yes, I do play, but I'm not going all out. I'm not trying to hit the ball out of the arena. I'm not trying to run outside and hit it back in, but I do pretend I'm a pro. I would like to think that sometime soon, I'm going to be ranked number 1 in the world. All right, Jim. How about the Warriors are ranked the number 1 basketball team in the world? Let's focus on that first. I am fired up, though, to see a healthy Jimmy and Steph back out there on the basketball floor. Have not seen that really since, April? The Rocket series? That kind of feels like to me the last time that we truly saw both those guys healthy. Butler went down with the pelvic contusion, basically fell on his butt. And then Steph went down with the hammy in game 1 of the Minnesota series. So we really haven't seen these guys healthy together on the floor since they were on a 60-win pace back around the regular season. I'm very, very fired up to see those guys out there. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. We'll be covering and chronicling that entire season right here at Warriors Today. YouTube.com/WarriorsTV. We'll see you guys in the next one as this Kuminga situation gets closer and closer to a resolution. And as always, let's go Dubs.